Dear students, this is 12th Zoology video class, Chapter 6, Part 4. Chapter 6, Part 4, Evolution. Last video class, we have seen geological time scale and geological time scales of Tabulaculum. We have seen the next topic we are going to see is the one biological evolution. Biological evolutions. Formations of protobionts. Formations of protobionts. Abiotically produced molecules can be spontaneously self-assemblage into droplets that encodes a water solution and maintain a chemical environment different from their surroundings. Here, abiotically. So abiotically means what? Non-living things such as water molecules. These water molecules are formed due to self-assemblage of water solutions. Self-assemblage of molecules, suddenly they form as a water solutions. In the water drops, take on examples of water drops. Inside the water drops, environment will be different, and outside the water drops environment will be different. That is we call as a protobionts. That is we call as a protobionts. The scientists call these spheres as protobionts. So abiotically produced molecules, suddenly they have self-assemblage and they form droplets. That droplets just enclose a water solutions and they maintain a chemical environment. That's what I told you. They maintain chemical environment inside and outside of the water drops. Okay, different from their surroundings. Scientists, these spheres as protobionts. Scientists, they call that spheres as a protobionts. Here, the liposomes are lipids in a solutions. Liposomes what? Lipids that can self-assemblage into a lipids bilayer. So liposomes are lipids. They themselves, they can assemblage. They can join together and they form lipid bilayer. Some of the proteins inside the liposomes, the proteins which presents inside the liposomes, they acquire the properties of enzymes. They acquire the properties of enzymes, resulting in fast multiplications of molecules. Here, the liposomes are lipid in the solutions that can self-assemblage into a lipid bilayer. Lipid bilayer. In that, some of the proteins which presents inside the liposomes, they get the properties of enzymes. Properties of enzymes. So that enzymes result in fast multiplications of molecules. Fast multiplications of molecules here. The co-servates with nucleoproteins and nutrients had a limiting surface membrane. So co-servate means that's a semi-liquid we can say. And they have nucleoproteins and nutrients had limiting surface membranes that had characteristics of a virus of free living genes. So the cocervates, they have nucleoproteins as well as nutrients, and they have certain limiting membrane. So that limiting membrane had the characters of virus or free living genes. Subsequently, number of genes united to form protovirus. So number of genes they united to form protovirus. Somewhat similar to present day virus. Somewhat similar to present day virus. Yeah. Two major cell types that appeared during this time were significant. So in this we have seen how the droplets were formed, how the lipids act as enzymes, and co-surveys they have nucleoproteins and nutrients, and also they have some kind of limiting membranes. That co-surveys they have characters of virus as well as free living. That free living, that number of genes only they form as a protovirus. That protovirus somewhat similar to present day virus. Somewhat similar to present day virus. Two major cell types that appeared during this time. It's very, very significant, very, very important one. One from of the earliest cell contain clumps of nucleoproteins embedded in the cell substances. One forms earliest cell contains clumps of nucleoproteins. That nucleoproteins attached to the cell substance. Such cells were similar to Munira. The two major cell types, one is Munira, and they only combined with a nucleoprotein. They form called as a cell substance. Such cells only we call as a Munira, and another cells we call as a Protesta. Munira, you might have been heard of it. Okay, they are considered as a ancestral to modern bacteria. The Munira they consider as a forerunner of the modern bacteria. And blue green algae, Munira and blue green algae. The other form of earliest cells contain nucleoproteins. The other form of cells contain nucleoproteins, clumps that condense into a central mass surrounded by a thin membrane. This membrane separated nucleoproteins from cell substance. Such cells were referred as protesta. As I told you earlier, two major cell types were appeared. The two major cell types only, one is Monera, another one is one Protesta. That's what given. You can take your textbook, just underline. How this living organisms occurs evolutions from protovirus or at present viruses. The present viruses were similar to that of Protesta and Monera. When these two viruses, the Monera and Protesta, when natural sources of food in the sea or when the natural sources of food in the ocean are declined in the course of time. So during that time, these two viruses as well as what are they? Monera and Protesta, they were appeared. So they don't have enough amount of food in the oceans. They don't have enough amount of food in the oceans. So the food which are declined in the course of time, the ancestors of Monera and Protesta had to evolve different methods for food procurement. So since this Protesta and Monera do not have food in the oceans, so they need to get food in alternate ways. That's what they say here, in alternate ways. So these may be summarized as a parasitisms. So they're changing their food habits into parasitism, saprophytism, predator or animalism, and chemosynthesis or photosynthesis. So Since these two viruses, Protozoa, Monera and Protesta, do not have food in the oceans, so they're changing the methods of taking food in different types. That is, we call as a parasitism, saprophytism, predator, or animalisms, and chemosynthesis or photosynthesis. When the number of photosynthetic organisms increased, there was an increase in the free oxygen in the sea and atmosphere. So that's what the equations are given here. CH4 plus 2O2 and CO2 plus 2H2O, and 4NH3 plus 3O2 just gives 2N2 plus 6H2O. Here the atmospheric oxygen combined during photosynthesis, what gas will be released means oxygen will be released. So that oxygen, the atmospheric oxygen combined with the methane and ammonia to form carbon dioxide and free nitrogen. That's what they given the first equations. And the atmospheric oxygen they combined with the methane and ammonia to form carbon dioxide and free nitrogen. The presence of free oxygen brought about evolutions of aerobic respirations, which could yield large amount of energy by oxidations of foodstuffs. Thus, prokaryotes and eukaryotes evolved. So, in these methods only, the prokaryotes as well as eukaryotes are evolved. That is, we call as a biological evolutions. The next one topic is the one experimental approach to the origin of life. Origin of life. That is Urey and Miller. Year of 1953. So they paved the way for understanding the possible synthesis of organic compounds that leads to the appearance of living organisms is depicted. The picture 6.1. Here I'll show you one diagram. Here, this is what the diagram. This diagram shows how organisms may existed in this world. In what conditions? In what conditions? That's what we are going to see now. In this experiments, a mixture of gases was allowed to circulate over electric charge from tungsten electrode. Here, so this is the beaker, boiling water, which contain the beaker which contain boiling water, and below that one the stove is there, and pipe is just connected. In this container, mixture of gases were there. Mixture of gases are taken. In this mixture of gases, along with the mixture of gases, there is a tungsten electrodes were fixed. They produce electric charge. A small flask was kept boiling and steam emanating from it. Here, so here this is what the small flask was kept. And boiling and steam emanating from, and just the steams comes out from it. It was made to mix with the mixture of gases that's here. So that steam will come here and just they go and mix with the mixture of gases. That is, what are the gases are present here means ammonia, methane, hydrogen. In large chamber, here this is what we call as a large chamber. Here, boiling water are taken in a small flask. As they boil, what happens? The steam used to come out, and just that steam will go and mix the large container which presents in the mixture of gas. The mixture of gas is the one ammonia, methane, hydrogen, and that was conducted to the boiling water. So now, and that was connected to the boiling water. You can say the steam condensed to form water. The steam condensed to form water, which ran down U tube, which ran down U tube. Yeah, this is what we call as a U tube. Experiment was conducted continuously for a week, and the lipid and the liquid was analyzed. Liquid in that liquid was analyzed. Glycine, alanine, beta-alanine, aspartic acid were identified. Thus, the Miller experiments had an insight as to the possibility of abiogenetic synthesis of large amount of organic compounds in nature from mixture of sample gases in which the only source of carbon was methane. Later, in similar experiments, formations of all types of amino acids and nitrogen bases were noticed. Here, so these experiments, they taken one small flask in the along with the water. They make the small flask into boiling one. The boiling steam just come with the through the tube and mix in the large container. The large container they have mixture of gases and as well as tungstens. When the steam comes and just contact with the mixture of gases, they emit some kind of organic compounds. They emit some kind of organic compounds, so that water vapor just comes here and just make mix with the cold water, and just they go into U tube, and below that U tube they have one container, one flask. These experiments were doing continuously for 1 week. So they observe the water, methane, and some other organic compounds, So that organic compounds only are responsible to have living organisms or cells. That is the biological evolutions of Urey Muller experiments. Just go through. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. Okay, bye. Take care.